Iceland might never feud with the hidden folk again, Niala was to bear a child, an elven prince or princess. A child that would be the only thing left in the world to her. For she well knew that while the villagers lauded her sacrifice now, one day, when they were again safe and thriving, they would scorn her as a fallen woman, tainted by her unholy union with the elf king, if she survived the ordeal to come. The wind shifted, blowing her hair back from her face, carrying with it a smell like gunpowder. She shivered. The choking grey mist swirled, and from the direction of the Loki craters to the north, a shadow approached. Niala was a milkmaid, a simple farmer's daughter. But she knew her history. Her own mother had made sure of it, even over her father's objections. She thought of her powerful ancestress now. Lifting her chin, she stepped off the flagstones into the grass and strode out to meet her fate. Unmoored. Koli, Connaught, Ireland, 1883. Winter is no friendly season for voyaging across an ocean to offer yourself as a hostage to a sworn enemy. I was resigned to it, but how tempting it was to read ill omens into gale and tempest. Might be that was inevitable. As a child of the Elf King, you could rightly say that I was an ill omen incarnate. Standing on the deck of the Danish mail steamer in the pelting rain, I could not beat back my resentment. I had been offered as a consort to King Finvara, the lord of the Irish ferries. Our union was meant to reinforce a peace accord, signed after the Battle of Binbulben, where my people, the Icelandic shadow elves, had fought alongside Fomorians, the ancient enemies of Ireland. Such unions were a long-standing tradition, for good reason. They often worked. Yet, in spite of tradition, even in spite of the wishes of his powerful cousin, Queen Isolde of Ireland, the haughty Finvara would not stoop to a union with a goblin, a slur his people often used against mine. And my mighty race, defeated decisively in the bloody battle for possession of Ireland, had no recourse but to agree to our enemies' revised terms. I wish not to be misunderstood. I had no desire to wed the Fairy King, but I was proud of my lineage. I could have chosen any elfin lord, any Fomorian prince even, and would have made him a formidable ally, a curse upon his enemies. In obedience to my father, I had accepted my exile to the Lower Isle, and yet Finvara offered only scorn in return. Now I would enter the stronghold of our enemy, offering myself as a political prisoner. I would be despised for the dark magic in my blood, as well as my fierce appearance. My hair was black as a cloudless night, and even in the light of the Irish summer, sun would raise no gleam upon it. The iris of my eye was a shade of grey, so near to black that it unsettled mortals. Across my cheeks and the bridge of my nose had been stamped the small star-shaped marks of the Highland elves, so ancient they remembered an Iceland with trees. If my mixed elfin mortal ancestry had taught me anything, it was how to live among those who would only ever see my otherness. On the morrow, I would begin my life as a hostage among the soft and bloodless descendants of the Tuatha De Danann. I would not run a household or hold court, nor would I produce heirs for a noble husband. But I would serve my father and lord as a spy in the house of his enemy. For my father and his Fomorian allies would never accept defeat.